University have found a possible cause of the disease, this research may pave the way for new drug treatments. Dr. Jon LaPook is here to talk about this. Thanks for being here, John. So, explain what the study found.
Okay, this is hot off the presses. I just got off the phone with Matthew Kahn, who's an MD PhD student, and has a long list of authors, including Carol Colton, who Matthew says, has devoted her life to. She's a professor of neurology and a PhD. And here's basically the idea. We've thought about, when you talk about Alzheimer's, about plaques and tangles. So plaques is this gooey substance, amyloid, that's on top of the nerve cells, on the top of the cells damaging it maybe. And tangles is tau protein, abnormal protein inside of the cells. And we've been concentrating on this. And now they're looking at something new. So they're looking at these supportive cells called microglia that are inside the brain. They help to sort of support the surrounding neurons, for example. So what they have found is that these cells, this is in a mouse study, so again, it's not humans yet, but in a mouse study, that there's an increase of an enzyme called arginase that comes out of these microglia. And arginase lowers the level of an important amino acid called arginine. Arginine is important for the health of neurons, of nerve cells. So one of the thinking here, one of the thoughts here is that you're finding a molecular pathway that we hadn't thought about at all that might be important in the development of Alzheimer's.
So does that mean then that people should be taking arginine supplements?
Let's not get there yet. The answer is going to be no.
Yeah.
However, what they did then is they said, all right, if we block this enzyme, they were able to block the enzyme somehow with a substance, can you prevent the development of the memory loss and of the amyloid plaques and the nerve death in mice? And they were able to. So somehow this arginine seems to be very important in maintaining the normal health of nerve cells. Now, when you look at humans, there's not a lot of human data, but one of the things that Matthew Kahn was telling me that was so interesting is that if you look at the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain where memory is functioning, the levels of arginine there are actually lower than in other parts of the brain. So this may be a particularly susceptible part of the brain to low levels of arginine. So that leads to, and then there's also some evidence that arginase, or the products that are downstream from arginase activity may also be increased when they do autopsy studies of people who have had Alzheimer's. All of this is going to be confusing to people, but the bottom line here is we've been thinking for so long about amyloid plaque and tau, and that's it. And now we're saying, well, wait a second, let's look at these other funny cells, these microglia. They're important in immune function. They're important in maybe dampening down the immune function. Because if you get a blow to your arm, it could swell and get inflamed. If you get a blow inside of your brain, there's not a lot of room for it to swell. So there are important cells that dampen down the immune.
Otherwise, when it comes to me.
You're swole. Big head. So these cells, these microglia, may be important in sort of throwing water on immune reaction. And anyway, as part of this, it puts out the arginase, or as associated with the decreased immune function that it's trying to be part of. It puts down the arginase. The arginine